Smashed potatoes are one of the easiest side dishes that you can ever make, and they are so delicious. Creamy potato centers with crispy edges. What is not to love? Welcome to the Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. And today's recipe is super simple. You only need a few ingredients and you are gonna end up with the most delicious smashed potatoes. So grab your air fryer and let's get right to it. What I have in this bowl is 1.5 pounds of small potatoes. Now you could use small new potatoes or red potatoes, whatever you want. If they're bigger than this, you may want to cut them into halves or quarters so that they cook evenly. Mine are all about the same size, so they're gonna cook just fine. If you wanted to leave them whole and they're larger, that's okay. You're just gonna increase your cook time a little bit. Now, what I found when you're air frying the potatoes is add a little bit of water to your air fryer. It makes all the difference in the world in how fast these cook and really the outcome. When I've tried it without, it's not the same. So add some water. 1/4 cup is all you need for 1.5 pounds of potatoes. The type of air fryer that you use is, of course, based on what type of air fryer you have. If you have the drawer style, just put the water right in the bottom. You can put the potatoes on a little rack, but I find putting them directly in the bottom of the air fryer works the best. I'm gonna use the Ninja Foodi pressure cooker and air crisper using the air fry mode. So I have the inner pot here, and literally I just dump these potatoes right in the inner pot and dump in the water. I don't season at this point, okay? We want the water to evaporate before we add the seasonings because otherwise it's just gonna fall off. So right now we just close the lid and turn your air fryer on. This defaults to the air fry mode. You wanna go up to 400 degrees and we're gonna go for about 15 minutes and hit start. You're gonna air fry your potatoes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes or until they're fork tender. Now different air fryers are gonna work a little bit differently, so you may have to make some timing adjustments. If your potatoes are closer to the element, they may get done a little bit faster. If they're further away like mine are, they may take a little bit longer. So what you wanna do is get them fork tender, okay? And then we'll smash them, add some seasonings, and of course butter, and finish them up. All right, they're starting to get tender, but not quite yet. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look. Almost all the water has been evaporated, but not quite all of it. So I'm gonna let it go the full 15 minutes. All right, now 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Let's go ahead and check them again. Almost all the water's been evaporated. That's what we want, and they are fork tender. Now, you can do this a ton of different ways, okay? I have in the past gone in with the masher, but because the pot's so hot, I've burned myself. So now I do this. It just seems to go a little bit easier. I line a tray with parchment paper and dump the potatoes out. Put this back in. You can either keep it running if you want, or you can have it off like I do. Then I put another layer of parchment over top. And I take something heavy and I smash the potatoes. This is just a meat tenderizer. And just press down until they are smashed. Okay? And do that for each one. All right, perfect. Now we have the smashed potatoes. But they aren't done yet because we want to get some crispy edges. So we're going to put them back in the pot. You don't have to clean out the pot. I mean, that is just the skin of the potatoes. But if you felt better cleaning it out, you certainly can. Just throw these back in. Spread them out so that they're in as much of a single layer as you can. And then season them. What you want to season your potatoes with is completely up to you. I'm just going to use salt and pepper. But a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, things like that would be absolutely delicious. I'm gonna use probably about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of salt. You can always season more afterwards, okay? So don't go too heavy because you don't want your potatoes over salted, especially if you're gonna use some salted butter like I am. And then I put in between 3 and 4 tablespoons of butter right on top. Now the butter's totally optional. You could leave it out or you could use oil instead, olive oil or avocado oil or whatever oil you like. All right, now we're going to air fry again at 400 degrees. And I just set the clock for another 15 minutes. What you want to do is about every 5 minutes, toss these around so that you can get them evenly crispy. You can take this time as long or as short as you want to get the result that you want for your potatoes. I happen to like mine pretty crispy, so I'll probably go the whole 15 minutes. I might even go 20. Soon as I open up that lid, the smell of them, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. The butter and the potatoes together, oh, so good. All right, they look super, super good, but I think I'm gonna go just a few more minutes, maybe 2 more minutes, maybe 3, we'll see. I just like them really crunchy, so that's personal preference. I'm sure for most people, they would be done perfectly right now. Yep, they're done. Oh my gosh, that is how I like them. Whew, so beautiful. All right, now add a little bit of fresh or dried parsley and then get them on your serving tray. Look at this. Oh, this is the best of all potato worlds, okay? Let me just tell you. It is like having the perfectly baked potato in bite-sized form. It's just so good. And the skin stays crunchy, which sometimes, it doesn't stay crunchy on a regular baked potato. Oh, I've got to get this one. Oh boy, look at that. And using these little potatoes, oh my gosh, they're so buttery and creamy. They're so delicious. Now, let's taste for seasoning. I think they're perfect. My husband would want some more salt, but that is personal preference. Oh my gosh. They're really hot though. Look at this. Oh. Mm. Perfectly cooked, perfectly delicious.